Hamilton.
Da 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 da. Welcome to the SEO cast, where we're talking about a newly released anime, the musical Hamilton.
Yes, the ultimate anime ever made by mankind.
Yes.
So I've listened to the soundtrack many, many times, and I believe if I recall, Key, this was your first time listening to it?
I've heard the opening sequence and a parody of the opening sequence, both of which are great.
Yes.
But I've never heard anything else of it because
really?
Because I really wanted as much context as possible going in, just from because it's weird to describe, but the opening sequence sounds like it would be impressive to see on the stage, and it was.
I honestly wish I had tickets to see this more so now after watching this filming.
Yeah.
Just because I know that seeing something live is more impressive when it comes to musicals, but I'm very happy to see it recorded because I've been dying to see this for almost 2 years now. I got to Hamilton Lane, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I mean, my thoughts on the music have not really changed that much because I've always thought the entire soundtrack is incredible.
Yeah.
Every song, besides maybe 2 or 3, I love to death.
Yeah, they're all bangers.
Yeah, on my several viewings later, I still find my least favorite song originally was the Schuyler Sisters, and now I just love it just because of all the setup it does for other songs.
Yeah, it's great. Every single song leads into the next song.
No, it does it really, really well. I love how this musical just uses reprisals all the time.
Yeah.
For example, Aaron Burr has certain reprisals specific to his character. The phrase, Aaron Burr, sir. Hamilton has throwing away my shot. The crew, his best friends have a drink to the four of us. And these all just show up in other songs, fitting very well for fitting the tones of their characters. And they're all set very, very early on. It's just all perfect in that sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a video about exactly that, about how it uses motifs. And that's pretty much exactly what you described.
I'm not knowledgeable on how music is. I don't know my music at all. But I'm sure there's someone who does that. I've seen one beautiful video about specifically Hamilton's son Philip. The counting to 10 that he and his mother do.
Yeah.
Oh, which explained how Philip always goes higher where his mother goes lower at the end of the song, and hence, where he dies on the number 7 later on in the play.
Yeah, because the guy
stuff like that.
Because the guy counted faster.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, or is it just that the other guy just flat out cheated?
I mean, if you look how he was acting because he looked like he turned away immediately because it looked like he didn't care. So I imagine that he just wasn't an honorable man.
Okay.
I mean, I have issues with this musical. I do love it, but I do have a lot of issues with it.
Yeah.
But I want to continue praising the music for a while before I get to that. What would you say is your favorite song?
It's really hard to say.
I understand. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
I'll go through a few of my favorites, ending with my top favorite, while you think if that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Nonstop used to be my favorite, and it's still really, really good. It's Quiet Uptown is a beautiful song focusing on Hamilton's issues and, his his sadness, and as he reconnects with his wife. That's beautiful. But my favorite song, after seeing the performance, has to be What Did I Miss? Jefferson's introduction song, because the actor who plays Jefferson just kills his role as Jefferson so much because he's just so much fun. He's so lively. He's such this big party house who just is always pretty much, doing something wacky and weird, but he's always got, like, passion. And this song is just very much him just playing around, jumping around the field, having the best time ever.
Yeah.
And it's just him partying and coming back to reality, understanding it's time for work, and then immediately is told by James Madison, who's his right-hand man for the entire rest of the show, about Hamilton. And just his reaction about when he meets Hamilton is just hilarious. Just seeing the sign of him just, like, dismiss him, in a sense, after he shakes hands when he goes to talk to Madison. It's just all hilarious and perfect, in a sense.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, like, that whole sequence, like, not only is it, like, it's hard for me to describe, but, like, with him saying, "What have I missed?" and then the lead up of it being that he's always been there behind the scenes and we just haven't gotten a chance to see him until right now.
Yes, because as they put it, he was the ambassador in France kicking ass.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's interesting that they build him up that way, and then he goes in with "What have I missed?" and at the same time, I'm probably reading too much into this, but and at the same time, we're being made very clear. It's being made very clear that we've missed a lot of the story because we've missed his involvement in, like, the American Revolution and stuff like that.
I mean, this show very, very much heavily focuses on Hamilton's additions to the American Revolution.
Yeah.
To the point it kind of makes it appear from this perspective that it's Hamilton is the main reason for everything going the way it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, the main reason they won. Which is part of my... I'll let you just tell me what your favorite song is first before I get into that, because that's a big area, and I don't want to get off topic too much.
Yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite song, having thought about it.
Oh, really? That's fine. There's a lot to choose from.
Yeah. Like, there aren't any songs that I dislike. I'd have to re-listen to most of the musical for me to decide
I understand.
on it.
I mean, my least favorite song is definitely the song where Hamilton is fight-talking the king's not the king's messenger, the guy who's defending the crown.
Yeah.
It's like the third or fourth song in the play. It's just it's the least fun for me. I still think it's a really good song and really funny at times.
Yeah. Like, the performance,
but every time
the performance on stage with that is what elevated it, I think.
Yeah, no, it does. But it's just when I think back to the other songs and the songs I was most excited for, this was already my least favorite song. And I still say it's a good song because the performance highlights it. They are very funny together. I love how his boys just pretty much by acting just show that they're getting ready for Hamilton to mess with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny and it's still good. It's just the part I'm least excited for. In a play, I'm excited for every moment. So take that as you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I did kind of like the debates between Jefferson and Hamilton.
I love those.
I liked how, like, each time they were framed as rap battles.
Yes. Incredible. In the first song, I loved it when, after Jefferson dropped his bombs, he then dropped the mic and Madison grabbed catched it before it hit the ground.
Yeah, that was great.
Perfect. No, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was so funny. The second debate was not just as good. I've listened to the soundtrack enough times to have in order to a degree, and I love the first debate much more. But I love both of them, so don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Also, to our audience, because I just noticed just now, there are fireworks going off in the background near my house, so forgive that.
Oh, well, we are recording this on July 3rd.
Yes. Just, Anyway, most most of what impressed me with this was just everything that they did technically. And
God, yeah.
I'm not like super into the technical side of theater or anything, but like the spit. By the way, maybe watch the musical before this because I don't want to spoil all of the tricks that they used, because it's really cool to not notice and then notice.
I would recommend just seeing this play in general because it's so good. It's so I love it so much.
Yeah, like this will be the first time that we warn before we get into spoilers.
That is well. I've already spoiled a few things like Philip's death, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's history. Read the history books. Anyway,
I don't think Philip's death actually is in many history books because it's not really important to the grand history of America.
Yeah, that's true. Read primary sources.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, read primary sources.
But you were saying.
Yeah, anyway, technical stuff. I really loved the two spinning circles in the middle of the stage. They're used...
That created so many interesting dances in the songs that I loved.
Yeah, they did a really good job with like giving the illusion of a character walking when they need to be in place for the purposes of, you know, the size of the stage. I loved the moment which is on screen in the loop that we've got at some point where or I'm pretty sure it's Hamilton and Angelica, and yeah, and she she freezes in place, and then the stage slides her away.
Yes, that's very much obviously symbolizing that they're being separated because of her decisions.
Yeah,
it's just that's genius. That's so perfect. Ugh, it's so simple but so effective.
Yeah, and like they use that for so many cool things that that I feel like would be like if this were just a regular movie, and thank God they didn't just turn it into a movie. I feel like if they had just made it a movie, they would have just used special effects for this.
Well, I think in that they would have just... Oh, yeah, I guess it would have been special effects.
Yeah.
It would not have looked as impressive or as cool, and the fact that you're going into this knowing it's a play and they did all this live just makes everything impressive on their acting, considering they're going from song to song to song with no time to rest for some of these actors. Yeah, and...
Yeah, and
Hamilton and Aaron Burr, like the lead singers most of the time.
Yeah, and we hear the audience cheering, so they're not doing takes on this.
Yeah,
it's like they probably did multiple shows and decided which show to use.
No, this was professionally recorded at once, so this is from the same show.
Okay. I figured like they professionally recorded multiple shows and then just decided which one to use.
From what I understand, from what Miranda Linwell did, is that they just set up for one of their shows.
Okay.
And he just went with that one. They did at the very end of their run, when they were probably the most experienced with doing it, from what I recall.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. But I love this musical. I love it so much. But
yeah, I love the lighting that they did, especially during the duel scenes.
Oh,
because
God, yeah. I mean,
they light those rotating circles, but they light them as a target.
Oh, that was really cool. I didn't catch that actually.
Yeah, I pay a lot of attention to background stuff like that.
I mean, one of my favorite things was the lighting used when the cannons were being fired, because it just immediately they went to an orange, then back to this dark blue, so it just looked like an actual cannon was being fired at night. Oh, that was beautiful and perfect.
Yeah, that was great.
The tavern lighting. whenever they were in a tavern, the lighting in the tavern lighting was always just like it felt like you were in a tavern.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is a play with not many sets pieces in a sense, because it's just like there's no generic background. It's kind of like they bring props in, and they make it feel very real wherever the setting is consistently. Honestly,
yeah, they did a really great job with that.
yeah, I don't know if they were just going for a minimalist design, but I liked it on how they did it.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but other plays I've seen, they generally are changing the background itself, and they don't really do that here.
Yeah, well, they did a lot of really cool things with the set design, too. Because,
Yeah.
like, they had that one set of stairs that they could move around in a lot of different ways.
Yes,
And
that was very cool.
I really appreciated that. Like, I think the first time I noticed that it was movable was when Thomas Jefferson came in.
Yes, because they were using it as a showing of him coming off of a boat, and then they changed to him entering into his home.
Yeah.
And then they changed it to entering the White House. It was just... That's incredible that they could do it with the same 3 pieces of wood, or same 3 staircases.
Yeah, that was genuinely amazing.
No, it got just... That's incredible. Let's not even forget how good the acting is, because a lot of actors take on several roles. I'm not sure if that's normal or not, because I don't know enough about plays.
Yeah. Well, I remember that when I saw Be More Chill, they had a really small cast. Like, it was just the main... They had, like, 10 people in the cast, and they reused a bunch of actors. And they did a really good job with that. Like, they used... In some scenes, they used actors as extras. And that was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. Like, the same guy who played Lafayette here also played Jefferson, and Lafayette has his French accent the entire time, and he's a lot more straightforward. He is goofy, but he's definitely not as goofy as Jefferson.
Yeah.
And to me, it was just really impressive seeing him just, between acts, just switch completely from being two separate to do different characters.
Yeah, and like his hair was totally different too.
Yeah, no, I obviously he was wearing a band to make it look smaller, and then we revealed his glorious hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god, Jefferson, where have you been all my life? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But God, there's just so much I loved about the acting and the music. Just, I don't know what I was expecting, because I was already a big fan of this, and somehow I'm leaving a bigger fan of Hamilton now.
Yeah.
Just seeing it, like, ugh.
Yeah.
What else is there that I just absolutely... Oh, King George. Completely. Every scene he was in, he just killed it.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved the little things that they did with him that would not have come through in the soundtrack. Like, yeah. Like, at one point toward the end, he just sits down, and then the next number starts playing, and he's dancing along to it and stuff.
It's specifically the song where the song he does right before the song that comes up is he's making fun of John Adams for being the next president, and then the next song is Hamilton destroying John Adams. So
yeah.
Him being there is just hilarious. Doesn't make any sense, but it's hilarious, and I just love it.
Yeah.
God, and there's like every once in a while during while he's singing, he'll do a little spit in the sense of showing off his madness.
Yeah.
It's just it's so like it comes so perfectly. I'm not sure if it was an accident or just was on purpose, because the cameras focus on it. Like, it's a close-up when we do that, so I assume that was intentional.
I agree.
So it's just... That's something you wouldn't pick up on the soundtrack. That's... Just seeing that, just seeing him act is just... Because his song's already funny, but seeing him actually there and act... is just plays into the madness of King George that I love.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was actually sad that Theodosia did not actually appear in the play. Still.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Aaron Burr fan in this play, and I still am.
Yeah. Speaking of
Aaron Burr does nothing wrong.
Yeah, speaking of Aaron Burr, one thing that I noticed while watching this that I really didn't expect, but I kind of should have, and I'm about to make a big comparison that a lot of people won't agree with, and I don't know if I agree with it either.
Hit me.
Yeah. Like, one thing that I noticed toward the end is that it felt like it was, like, intentionally trying to do something similar to Julius Caesar by Shakespeare. Where
I'll be honest, I haven't seen or read the Julius Caesar by Shakespeare.
Okay. Well, it's about the events leading up to the assassination of Julius Caesar, where he gets stabbed by all the people in the Senate. But what that does, that this doesn't do quite so much until near the end, is it's not really Caesar's story, it's Brutus's story.
Ah.
And it turned out that Shakespeare wanted to write a play about Brutus, but he knew that nobody would go to a play called Brutus.
Okay.
So he made a play called Julius Caesar, secretly made Brutus the main character, and then and then wrote out of that. And I see, like, in the second act especially, I see more of that with Hamilton and Aaron Burr, where, like, he's clearly not meant to be the secret main character, like in Julius Caesar, but it focuses a lot on him in a way that I didn't expect from a play called Hamilton.
I don't know if I agree with you that he was supposed to be a main character, but I like him like I would like a main character, because he's, at least how the play portrays him, he has a lot more interesting strengths and a lot more interesting weaknesses than Hamilton.
Yeah, like, I'm not saying that he was supposed to be the main character or anything. I'm just saying more, like, it feels similar to the way Julius Caesar handled Brutus. And I think that's interesting.
I mean, he definitely has a much more interesting character arc than Hamilton does. At least I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Hamilton pretty much doesn't change during the play at all. It's just that we see his flaws get more built up. They kind of go outwards. Whereas Aaron Burr learns from his mistakes and adjusts.
Yeah.
I guess I should be more specific in that sense, where Aaron Burr pretty much starts the play off as this man who doesn't want to reveal his truths and just plays the game of politics in a sense. And he's good at it because the entire play, we don't really see what he's doing, but he's still behind Hamilton, who is just being passionate and seems to get lucky, I guess, in a sense. Or he just was smart.
Yeah.
But Burr's always a step behind him. Now, of course, Burr had an advantage, but Hamilton is a very ambitious guy. So was Burr, but Burr keeps up with Hamilton the entire time. Only a step behind. You could portray that too, and I don't think the play does enough credit to Aaron Burr as a character, because obviously he had to be working as hard because they were best friends and they were doing well. And I guess pretty much the weakness that he had was that he never revealed his true beliefs, because we don't actually learn anything about his beliefs in the entire show.
Yeah.
But at the end, he eventually understands that he should go for the things he cares about, because that's, he eventually does that with Theodosia, because he ends up marrying a woman who is divorced, which pretty scandalous in the 1700s. Pretty big deal, and that's pretty progressive of him.
I agree.
For 1700s.
I agree.
And I did Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, the other thing that I thought was interesting about Aaron Burr that I'm kind of just realizing now is that, like, Hamilton's downfall is that he learned he learned the wrong lesson from Burr, and then Burr ends up learning the right lesson from Hamilton.
What lesson do you think he... playing the politics game, yeah.
Yeah. Hamilton learned that sometimes you just have to play the game, which is, in politics, I assume, a really good, like, a genuinely good strategy. But then he takes it too far, and he stops, or he loses sight of what he's trying to do in the first place.
Yeah, because then he cheats on his wife.
Yeah.
And it cost him pretty much everything, in a sense. It cost him his political career, cost him his family. It takes his son's death to reunite the family.
Yeah, which is not a good... It takes breaking the family more to... Like, I'm not...
Put him back. Yeah.
Like, I know that's probably what actually happened in real life.
I'm pretty sure, and I believe it, but...
Yeah.
That's how badly he fucked up.
Yeah, but, like, it's like... That seems, or that feels like it's, that wouldn't be the best or the healthiest relationship.
I mean, it's like 1700s, so people kind of just, like, if they met each other and they liked it... Remember, he married her after 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, they seemed to have a good relationship up until he cheated on her, and then they get back together because their son died.
I mean, honestly, if someone cheated on them for months, I can understand ending a relationship over that.
Yeah, I can understand ending a relationship over that. That's perfectly reasonable. The thing that I take issue with is that they get back together over their son's death.
Oh. I mean, it would probably get them to talk as they would comfort each other, so I could...
Yeah.
I imagine that took several years, and because it's a play and they don't have a lot of time... I mean, they could have made the play longer, I guess. But...
Yeah.
I imagine there was more going... I assume, like, every event that happens, I assume it took more time than the play shows.
Yeah. Yeah, like, that sequence in particular, if that's true, then that's... I would kind of count that as a flaw because it didn't really give a sense of the amount of time that was passing.
That is fair. I guess... Well, no, they do give a sense of time in a sense. It's just not explained well enough because it... Remember, this entire arc starts with the John Adams administration, and then we get to the end of the administration 4 years later.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, so it just, you forget about that, which I think is fair. I don't know how to better express that, but that's my only argument, and they probably just need to make that 4 years feel longer, probably.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the years when it happened, but I agree. I pretty much agree with the statement.
Okay.
One thing, though, that they don't do about Aaron Burr, which I think would have been nice, because I did learn, because I did a little bit of research after I finished this the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Burr actually did, he and his wife actually did fight for women's rights.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they actually did. And that's not actually portrayed in this play at all, because it is Hamilton's show. And it's all about making Hamilton look as good as possible.
Yeah.
And, they don't make Burr to be like the most evil man. They just make him out to be... I guess they try to make him out to look greedy, but he looks like, honestly, the most reasonable man, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
In the sense that, in terms of politics, he plays the political game effectively perfectly.
Yeah.
Jefferson and Hamilton are too passionate about their views, which, I mean, in terms of, like, being a politician, you're supposed to keep your cards close to your chest anyways.
That's true.
That's what politicians do, and, as far as I'm concerned, he played the game effectively, perfectly, and then understood that you need to, put yourself out there to win, and almost did.
Yeah. And, like, his arc kind of reminds me of, like, how my political awakening went, in a very broad sense. because like my okay, for a long time, like since I was in high school up until like my mid-20s, which I guess technically that's where I am now. But anyway, okay, from high school until like a couple of years ago, I called myself a political obfuscationist, where the idea is basically just make it very unclear what my political beliefs are, and people will either, if not respect me for that, at least not know what to think of me. And that's better than them judging me. But then over time, I started to get to learn more about actual political situations, and I stopped doing that because I realized that was dumb.
I mean,
yeah,
I can understand that.
yeah.
I guess I just like Burr a lot because I like how he grows and changes, and how the fact that the only thing he does wrong in the play is he challenges Hamilton to a duel, which was common in that era anyways. I know it was illegal, but, you know, people still did it.
Yeah. Was it actually illegal?
I'm pretty sure I remember hearing it was illegal. I might be wrong on that, but I mean, I know it was common in that period of time, at least, that if you lost to a person because of a person, you would challenge them to a duel.
Okay.
So what they did was, I guess you could say, reasonable, not an overreaction.
Yeah.
Considering we see 3 duels in the play.
Yeah.
Which, I will say, I do like that the first duel is between Hamilton's guy and Burr's guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a nice little mirroring at the end when they end up fighting.
I agree.
Yeah. And we see how Hamilton would act in the duel, immediately hinting towards the end of the play with how he tells Philip to fight.
Yeah.
It's not really a spoiler that Hamilton dies because it's in literally the first song.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know that, that's on your fault for not listening to the first song.
That's true. Yes.
But I do have a few issues with this play.
Okay, well, you have more experience of it than I do, so
yeah.
Shoot.
This musical, it really focuses. I know it's called Hamilton, but it really kind of makes Hamilton look out to be this perfect guy, even during his mistake moments. The big cheating sequence.
Yeah, that was weird.
He's still. It doesn't ever feel like he's like the people who shit on him are like all the people who are deemed to be antagonists by the play, and the only time it actually feels heavy on him is when it's Angelica, being disgusted with him, and that scene honestly doesn't feel like it goes on long enough to make it really sit in on what he's done to me.
Yeah, like it.
Because
it sold it to me, but I can see why it wouldn't have lingered on it so much, or why or why a lot of people would think that it didn't linger enough.
Mm-hmm. Like it just feels like that the flaws in it feels too perfect throughout most of the play, even with that character flaw and his ambition, which I think his ambition being his downfall is done well. It's just almost all the lines and lyrics are saying he's the smartest guy in the room. Like there's a sequence early on in the play that's not early on, sorry, at the midway point when they're debating about his plan for the bank, where Jefferson says the plan is too long for any man to understand.
Yeah,
it's a fun line, but it makes everyone else seem dumb in the room besides Hamilton. Like, is Hamilton really so smart that no one else can understand what he's writing about but him?
Yeah. Well, I could kind of see that being like foreshadowing of his ambition being one of his big flaws.
I guess, but it just at the same time it makes him to be like this super genius that, wasn't contributing with a group of people, but was the reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I don't know how else I would fix that. I guess besides just like saying, I don't know. It's like this plan is dumb. I guess would have been worked. Also, like the whole I don't know. Maybe it was true that Jefferson traded away the capital for the financial future of the country. I don't know. I don't know about you, but that sounds really dumb to me.
Kinda, yeah. But also,
like, this isn't Light versus L. This isn't like that legendary duo where whenever one takes, the other gets far as well. This just feels like, here's like a slice. Now give me the 3/4 of the pie. What? That's not a fair deal.
Yeah.
That's how it feels to me on rewatching. It didn't annoy me the first time I watched it. Maybe not even the first 5 times, but the more I watch it, the more it annoys me how dumb Jefferson is portrayed. Even though I'm 90% sure he's not supposed to be portrayed dumb. And it's just because I overanalyze this shit.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, I'm still giving this a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I love this play to death, but this is like my big nitpick with it.
Yeah. Like, I would call... On a first watch, I would call this an easy 9 out of 10.
That's fair. I've seen it enough times, and I love the music. I love every song. I love almost all the characters.
Yeah.
So, for me, it fits what I would like a 10 because I think about this musical a lot.
I can tell.
Yeah,
I
love this musical so much.
Yeah, for context, Lumia was, for the couple of days before this came out, Lumia was just quoting Hamilton at me inconspicuously. Every chance she got.
I think I quote every song to you at some point.
Yeah, I noticed a few of them. So, she thinks about this musical so much that it's just entered her everyday lexicon.
I mean, it's one of the few things I do. I need to watch more musicals in general. I know that much. I know I'm not a musical expert at all. But God, do I love this musical so much. Yeah. It's so fun. It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this tomorrow. I already know I am.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to watch after this call, honestly.
Yeah, I could see that. And I'm really glad that we were able to watch this together in the same room with each other.
Definitely.
Yes, on your own Disney Plus account.
Don't tell them we have Disney Plus. They'll think we're sinners.
No. If we didn't have a Disney Plus account, we wouldn't have been able to watch this.
Yeah, I know we have a Disney Plus account, but it's one of those things that if you have it, it just looks bad on you as a person.
No, because it shows that we're not pirates, right?
Yeah, but Disney's evil.
Yeah, Disney is evil, but,
Wait, did I just ruin the chance of us getting a Disney sponsor? Fuck.
Would we have ever gotten a Disney sponsorship?
Are we not child-friendly? God fucking damn it!
Yeah, we're not child-friendly, and, I don't think Disney does sponsorships.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, cool. So, fuck you, Disney. Go to hell.
Yeah,
I'll see you there when I stab you with this knife in my hand.
I mean,
I think
they might still put advertisements on our videos once we're monetized. So.
Okay. Yeah, we love you, Disney. You're our favorite company in the world. We hope you rule the world and not AT&T.
Yes.
God, I hate corporations.
Yes, we hate corporations, except the Disney Corporation.
Yes, Wait, we don't get paid for this.
We are safe to this video is safe to advertise on.
Okay. You know what's great about Hamilton?
What's great?
There's no sequel.
That's true. That is good.
Honestly, that goes a far way, because if they had a sequel to this about Eliza, that'd be pretty dumb.
It would be. I like that, they tie up any chance of having a sequel just by telling Eliza's post-Hamilton story right there at the end.
I mean, honestly, if Disney owns the rights, I could honestly see them making a sequel about Eliza or the other founding fathers.
Yeah. Yeah,
like, can you imagine Washington the musical? Oh my god! Key, I figured it out. What Disney's gonna do. This is my conspiracy theory.
Okay, what are they gonna do?
Okay. They're gonna recreate the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're gonna call it the American Revolution Universe. It's all gonna be like separate movies about individual presidents and like founding fathers, and then it builds up to the Revolutionary War.
Yes.
That will be the Infinity War. That will be the end game.
Yeah. No. The Infinity War moment will be the movie that ends with them, with the British, doing the stamp tax.
Yes.
And then the Endgame movie will be the Endgame equivalent will be.
It'll just be the Battle of Yorktown.
Yeah, no, it'll be about the Revolutionary War.
And then it gets to the big scene when they reveal, like, the big Chad of the heroes can be Hamilton, played by Lin-Manuel Miranda, standing as, like, much more buff than he already is. Like Captain America buff. And he'll just, one leg up, just turn around. It's time. Yeah. Aaron Burr, sir. And then that's how the movie ends. And then it just plays all of Hamilton. Yeah. But this time they're all buff men. Yeah.
No, like the ending of the after credits scene of the
George Washington is Hamilton.
No, the after credits scene of the Infinity War equivalent. Because my imagination of this will be that Hamilton doesn't show up at all or in any meaningful capacity.
You're right. He shouldn't.
And then after credits scene in the stamp tax movie. That's the official name. After credit scene of the stamp tax movie, we just see, like, sitting in his sitting in his New York tavern. The camera pans up, and we see Hamilton's face in the shadows, and at the very end it goes da 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 da.
I think I have a better one. I have a better one for the ending credits.
Okay, go.
The first movie will be George Washington, of course. And it'll be about him, like, before the Revolutionary War.
Right.
And at the end of the movie, like, it's like him in the wars with other shit.
Yeah.
The war he fought with the British. Doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The movie will end. He's starting to get disgusted with the British. And at the end of the movie, he's, like, starting to think about it. In the end credit scene, he walks into his house, and he sees Lin-Manuel Miranda sitting in his chair, says, "Hey there, Washington. Have you thought about joining the revolution?" And that's where it ends. Yeah. That's how you start a cinematic universe around George Washington.
Yeah. Maybe, but I still really like the idea of Hamilton being like the Captain Marvel of this cinematic universe that we're devising.
I know, but I don't know. Making him like the equivalent of, shoot, I forgot the guy's name. The leader of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, Nick Fury.
Yeah, I would just thought it'd be really fun to make him Nick Fury. Because it makes no sense.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then we need to make Washington Nick Fury.
That makes the most logical sense, but then we can't have him be the first movie.
Yeah. Well, maybe he doesn't have to be the first movie. Maybe he's the spin-off TV series.
All right. I guess we start with Jefferson then.
Yeah, Jefferson.
Everyone likes Jefferson.
Yeah, Jefferson. Who else do we do?
I mean, if you're gonna do we gotta do. God, you make me realize how I don't actually know any of the founding fathers.
Yeah.
Besides Jefferson,
John Hancock.
Yeah.
We gotta do
yeah,
John
definitely.
Hancock.
Yes, he needs his own movie because of how famous he is. All of his scenes, just like in the trailer, is just him signing his name. That's all it is.
Yes, no, that's the teaser. And then the end of the movie, like when he's, Mr. Hancock, sir, we're gonna need you to sign this. Okay. And he signs it real big, like on the Declaration of Independence. And then he says, and then somebody, like off to the side, comments, "Wow, I bet they're gonna call that. I bet they're just gonna call that the John Hancock from now on."
It's a pretty big.
signature. Yes.
Oh, the teaser's got to be like, John, we need you to sign this birthday card, and he just writes his name, takes the entire birthday card. It says, "There's no room for me on the card." God damn it, John! You keep doing this to me. Okay, I've convinced myself that I want this now.
Yeah. No, they've also got to remake Liberty Kids in live action. I don't know if Disney has the rights to that, but they've got to do that for this cinematic universe.
They're Disney. They'll own all media eventually.
That's true.
Give it time.
Yeah.
So, summary. When can I get this Revolutionary War movie series? Please, Disney. I'm begging you.
Yes.
Just, I'll call him a Hamilton story.
Yes. And American history will only be known, like in 100 years, American history will only be known by means of this one musical and the franchise that it spawns.
All right, Disney, we've given you the god tier idea. Now make us proud.
Yeah. And the last thing I have to say, you know how in anime a common trope is that they do like really famous Japanese history figures like Oda Nobunaga and like a bunch of the others. Like Oda Nobunaga is the big one, and they do those, but they're always portrayed as cute boys.
Yeah.
This is the American version of that. I'm pretty sure that Hamilton is like the American history version of that.
I mean, I would be down for just making every historical character a cute girl.
Yeah, like in Fate.
What?
Yeah, that's what Fate does.
Oh, I have literally seen none of Fate.
Okay. I haven't either. I'm just saying that's... Yeah. Like, Saber's name is Artoria Pendragon. And she's King Arthur.
Oh, that's such a badass name. Your last name being Pendragon.
Yeah.
What a fucking god tier name.
Yeah, Artoria Pendragon. So,
maybe I'll change my name to Pendragon. Lumia Pendragon. I like the sound of that.
I don't know. I like Lumia Stargazer better.
Okay, what about Lumia Pendragon Stargazer?
That's good.
Yeah, okay. You heard it first here. I give up.
Yeah.
See you all in hell.
Yeah. So anyway, final thoughts.
I love Hamilton. I always have. I'm probably going to watch it a few more times, like I said already. If you haven't seen this, go watch it. It's incredible. It's normie tier, but it's good normie tier. I know. Every once in a while, normie tier, that's good. Happens.
Yeah, well see, this is like not normie tier, but it's for normies. And it's really good that it unexpectedly appealed to normies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good musical. Very good. I like it a lot. My final thought is Hamilton anime when? Bye.
Bye.